Welcome to tutorialsinhand.com. In this video tutorial, we are going to see how to reverse a given string, and we will see three different approaches for doing the same task, right? So first thing, whenever you are going to have an interview, the interviewer will simply ask you this question. If you are given one string, suppose this. Now your interviewer asks you to reverse this string. So first thing is he wants to confirm whether you are aware about the fact that string is immutable and it does not have any method like reverse. So generally when people who are new to the programming or they are just a fresher, they simply start writing that str.reverse. But the thing is this reverse method does not exist in the string. So if you write this, you will create a bad impression on the very first attempt. So always remember that string is immutable and it does not have any reverse method as such. And why string is called immutable, we have already created a video on that. If you want to see that, you can find the link in the description section. In this case, you must have an idea that when string is immutable, so string or Java provides you with string builder and string buffer to work on the mutable string, and string builder also has this reverse method. So you can either take string builder or string buffer. So here I am going to take string builder. So let's take string builder and then pass this string in the string builder, right? So now you have created the string builder instance for this particular string. So you can now work on this string using string builder methods that it has. Now you see string builder has a lot of different methods, and at the same time it also has reverse method. Now if you apply this reverse, you will simply get the reverse of this string. That means you will get TNAH and so on till T. Let's assign this to SB now. So now the new SB becomes the reversed one, right? So if you print the original string first, so this is the original string, right? And now let's print after you have reversed it. So reversed would be this SB, right? So this SB will be the reversed one. Now if you run this, you will get the output on the console. See, you are getting the original one was tutorials in hand, and now once you reversed it, you are getting this written from this place, right? You are going in the reverse order now. Now the interviewer will tell you after you have written this that you are printing the string builder object, right? It is not string, it is a string builder. So how do you convert this to string? So to convert this string builder to string will be very simple. Just use toString method and it will give you the string representation of the string builder. Now you are having the string object, right? So if you run this, then also you will get the same output. Now the thing is, this one is printed in the form of string and this is string getting printed. Similarly, if you want to use string buffer, then nothing will change. Only you have to change string builder to string buffer. That's it. And it will work in the same way. So we have changed this to string buffer now. And if you execute, it will also work in the same way and you will get the output. But there is a difference between string builder and string buffer. So your interviewer might ask you this question also, that what is the difference between string buffer and string builder. So you should be aware that string builder is not synchronized, whereas string buffer is synchronized and thread safe. So you can work with string buffer in the multi-threading environment as well. You can see that string buffers are safe for use by multiple threads. So if you have to work in a multi-threading environment, you can prefer string buffer, and if multi-threading is not required, then go with string builder because it will save your time, right? So this is a short information on string builder and string buffer. Now this is the approach one, right? This was the method one to reverse the string. So this was the first approach. Now we will go ahead and see the second approach. The second approach can be just remove this one. Now we don't require it, right? So now we have to print this one from backside, and interviewer says that okay, it was very easy because you have simply used the method and printed that one, but I don't want you to use string builder or string buffer. Now how do you reverse this string? So in that case, you can go ahead and convert this string to character array, something like this, str.toChar array. Once you have converted to this as character array, then this will be stored in the form of array. So t will be at index 0, u will be at 1, again t will be at 2, and so on. So this will be how it will move. So you can get the length of the string if you want. So you can get the length of the string, that means tutorials in hand, and we will make use of this. Just print this length. So the length is 17, right? So tutorials in hand has the length 17. That means if we count it from 0 as in the form of index, so D will be at the index 16. That means the length minus 1, right? So in that case, what we will do is we will iterate over this array. How? We will iterate over this array from the last index till 0th index, right? So last index will be what? Last index, we will have to start from last index. So in this case, the last index will be length minus 1. That means if the length was 17, so the last index will be 16, because index starts from 0, and when we count the length, this starts from 1. So there is a difference of 1. So that means the last index is at length minus 1. And then till where we have to go? We have to go till I is greater than is equals to 0. That means till I reaches 0. We will start from this 16 index, and it will go on iterating one by one till it reaches 0. So once index reaches greater than is equals to 0, that will be the end of this loop, and then keep decreasing the value of I by 1 at each time. Now we are getting the value of index, right, during each iteration from 16 to 0. So in that case, what we have to do is we have to simply print each and every character that we are getting. So during each iteration we will get some character. How? We can use str.charat and the index is I. So every time the iteration will move ahead, we will fetch each element at that index. That means in the first iteration I will be 16, so it will fetch the 16th index value, that is D, and then in the next iteration it will go for 15th and it will fetch the 15th one, and once I reaches is equals to 0, then it will fetch this T and put it over here in C, and once it goes minus 1 again, so it will become minus 1. So minus 1 greater than equals to 0 will be false, and thus we will not enter this loop once i's value goes below 0, right? And now each time we can simply print this one. So remember, when you are writing this one, you are not printing the string, you are still printing the characters, means each characters of the array. So if you will run this, you will get each character printed on the new line. See, you are getting each character printed on the new line in the reversed order. So if you want to print on the same line, just remove this ln. You don't need to print each on new line, rather on the same line. So now you see it is printing in the reverse order, but you should remember that this is still the characters that you are printing, it is not the string. So your interviewer will again interrupt you that you are printing this characters, not string. So how do you convert this to string? So again, in that case, you can simply take the help of that string builder that we had used earlier. SB is equals to new string builder, and then what you can do is in this string builder instance, you are going to append each and every character as you get, right? So every time you will get one character, you are going to append that character within the string builder. Initially the string builder is empty, it does not have anything. Once this loop starts iterating, what will happen? It will pick D, and then D will be printed, and then you will append this D in the string builder. So D will be the first character to go inside this string builder. Then N will be picked and it will be appended with D. So D, N, then A will come, A will be appended. So D, N, A, H, and it will go on so till it reaches index 0, right? So in this case, you should assign this SB to SB.append C to SB. So now your new SB becomes the appended version of this one, right? And once you come out of this loop, you have all the characters in string builder in the reverse order, and you can simply print a reverse and you can print SB. Right now if you execute this, you will get, okay, everything after this one is coming as, so we are printing each character, so this is getting printed and then reversed is getting printed over here. So now we don't require this one, so we don't need to print this, we simply need to print this, right? So this is the reversed string builder that is getting printed. Again, this is not in the form of string, we have already told to convert it in string you will use toString method on top of of that string builder and you will get the string object. Now run it and you are having the string now. So this is one way of how you can do this. So this was the second approach of or reversing the string, right? Now we move ahead to the third approach. So let's remove this one. Now third one is very simple. So what we are going to do is we will again start from where? We will start from the last index. That means the length of this string minus 1. So what we can do is string dot length minus 1. So this is what will be the last index. So we will start from last index and we will iterate till it is greater than is equals to 0, and then we will do I minus minus, and at the same time what we are going to do is we are going to fetch each character again. How? Using str.charat. We will fetch each character at the given index. So now what will happen? This will be the 16 in the first iteration, right? So 16, so you will do str.char at I. So char at I, that means at the 16th index the character is this D. So it will fetch and save it in D, and then you can again print it as we have printed earlier. You don't need ln because it will print on separate line. So this is the character that you are printing. So it will iterate one by one and it will print these characters, right? So again you are printing the character. If interviewer says that I need it in the string form, you can simply use string builder. SB is equals to new string builder, and then you can simply keep appending each character during every iteration, and you don't need to print this one. And once the loop execution ends, you can come out and print reversed string as sp dot to string, right? Because we need to print it in the form of string. So this time we will get the reversed string as this one. See, so this is what you are getting. So we are getting it in the reversed order. It is very simple. If interviewer doesn't specify anything, you can simply show them using the string builder and then reverse using the reverse method provided by string builder. But if interviewer says that I don't want you to use string builder or string buffer to reverse this one, then you can go ahead with any of the approach, like using the second approach and using the third approach that we have seen. So you can convert the string to character array and then proceed to reverse it, or you can simply use char at and then you can reverse the string. So hope you have enjoyed this video tutorial and have learned something out of it. And if you have really enjoyed this one, then don't forget to subscribe our channel because we should also grow along with you. We will meet in the next video tutorial. Till then, keep learning and keep enjoying.